At this point, it could be anything. Oh my gosh, we got a catastrophic failure. It's a 3-liter Power Stroke. Tearing this down to rebuild it for a customer. It's going to be interesting, mostly because I've never done one. First thing I can notice is that it's got a CP4 pump attached to it. And again, if you follow me, you'll know I'm not a big fan of the CP4 pump. It's also got, in fact, let's pop this timing cover off here and check this belt. Why don't you, while we're doing this, let's go ahead and zip those front covers off.
Cover off.
I don't want to bust that.
Let's see.
What am I doing wrong?
So this part right here just should pop out. Yeah.
Well, it looks like it's got a relatively new belt on that dang thing. All right, so we're gonna go through this and find out, find out what caused the failure. And we've checked with the customer. This is not a motor that I'm installing here in my shop, so we'll be sending this back out to the shop.
Looks like this had a lot of carbon buildup too. No.
Well, you can tell it definitely's got a lot of crap. This came off the front here. This is all EGR stuff. This is the problem that you're faced with, the crankcase ventilation, and then you're recirculating that back into your engine.
There we go.
Well, let's just do this for pisses and giggles. Let's get a spacer to put in here.
Yeah.
If you're doing timing belts or you want to turn an engine, never run a crank bolt all the way down flat. Put something in there so that you're not bottoming the threads out and causing a problem in your crankshaft or the bolt. What is that, 19?
19, 21, or 24. It's usually.
And we got ejectors ready.
Yep, injectors
What
are
I
up.
want to do is I want to put it top dead center and just make sure that nothing's jumped. Where are the timing marks on this? Again, folks, remember, I'm going to learn here on the fly. So one of the things I want to do on a motor that I'm not familiar with is I want to check the timing marks. I'm assuming, boy, I'm going to make an assumption here and probably be wrong. Which cylinder do you think is number one? I got to feel like it's this one here because it's the furthest one forward. Rotate that up. Keep going, keep going. Whoa, this motor's seized, huh? Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Take it the other way. Keep going. Keep going.
That's where I'm feeling the resistance.
Well, we found the problem with the motor.
I wanted to take a moment and show off this truck because we've added a lot of awesome accessories to it, but there's one thing that I consistently love, and I have it in my own truck. And we added to our F-150 these 3W formats, and you can see they've been used for a while, and I like them so much because they keep the carpet and everything that's underneath them nice and clean regardless of the weather, and the traction that goes through these. So even though these aren't that dirty, I'm gonna show you that they can easily take a lot more abuse and be cleaned off with a simple spray. But a simple wash will make it look brand new. And to clean this, I'm only gonna use water. That's it, it's that easy. Slides right back in, no problem, still form fitting. But the great thing that 3W has done is they have covered 600 different makes and models. So if you have a vehicle and you want the protection, they probably have it. So check the link in the description because it's likely that they have floor mats that will fit your vehicle. And if you use code DAVESAUTO, you can get 33% off. It's an awesome deal, go check it out.
Let's roll it over. Okay, first thing, I don't see any discolored connecting rod. But go ahead and turn it over. Let's see what we got here. Thing is a dead stop, isn't it?
Yep.
But it doesn't look like it's in the crankshaft area because I don't see any cracking in the crank. Give me a big screwdriver, the one you had. Let's try prying this crank back and forth and see if it's moving. Well, it doesn't move very much. Turn it again.
Right there.
I wonder if it, I don't see anything. What I'm looking for is like a connecting rod that's discolored, something to say, okay, this engine got hot. And I don't. So I wonder if it dropped a valve or something. Let's,
Do you think it could have jumped timing? And then a valve's having contact with
well, the belt, it could, and that's, but the belt's so tight. Let's,
flip it over.
yeah, let's put it back over the way it was. It's nice to have you here, dude. My left arm is still not good. Let's go ahead and get the timing belt off of here. So undo your tensioner,
Tensioners.
drop that off, and let's just start to get it off. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the head on your side off. So get your valve cover off. Let's pull both valve covers off and see if we see anything in the valve train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know this one I'm gonna have to take this belt off for the CP4. Is there a chance this could have been a fueling issue?
No.
With
The injectors are out of it, dude.
you're right.
It could be hydrolock, but not with the injectors out of it. That wouldn't do it.
I'll be honest, Dave, this is my first time doing a motor with a belt.
A timing belt in your whole life? Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude, you are showing your age. That's all motors used to have on them. You know, well, they went from chains, and then I saw them go to timing belts. Okay, in here, yucca. What is that yucca stuff here? What in the heck is that? Wow. So see, again, guys, I've never done this motor before, but this is a heck of a contraption for the intake valves. There's two intake runners. One goes through the valve cover. Well, they all go through the valve cover, but that's probably a really nice swirl if you think about it. They're bringing the intake air through there, and here's the exhaust manifold out on this side. So, but I don't see anything locking up in here. So they drive the exhaust cam here. You'll see this. The exhaust cam is here. It drives the intake cam with a chain. Again, I don't see anything that's come apart on this side that would have caused us a problem to lock up. Here, I got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
I have
Did you get those undone?
Yeah. Should be out.
There you go. There you go. Okay, and then on this head, exhaust cam drives the intake cam. But my guess is, from the looks of this, all these intake runners look pretty bad, but this one on this side,
Oh,
I don't
wow.
know, yeah, that's got some guck in it. Yeah. Okay, so let's pick a head and pull one off, dude.
I think they're both going to be unique.
'Cause
I
I
don't know
don't-
what that is.
Huh?
I don't know what this is.
Vacuum pump.
Vacuum pump? I'll go.
Yeah. All right, we got to get the cams out of there first. Remember, unload the cams evenly so they don't pop the caps. So why don't you go ahead and do that?
I think I got to.
Let's do this head first. This is going to be the easier one.
Okay.
So pull the vacuum pump off the back of this and then start to undo the caps. This is his oil coolers in the center of this engine. And in fact, look at this. Now that doesn't mean that it's in Jaguar. They'll do that. I'll bet you that's still in a Ford, you know, that just happens to be their logo. The engine was only produced for 3 years.
You think there was not a high demand for it? That they discontinued it, or?
Yeah, they went to another engine. In COVID, they tried to go to these smaller diesels, and it just wasn't well received by it made it too expensive for the trade-off, and it wasn't a big seller. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is undo this tensioner housing right here. Same bolts. What are those, 8 millimeters?
Yeah.
Okay, so just zip those out. Okay. So what he's doing here, you see how he's not using his impact? I told the guys to stop doing that. I've talked about it before. I need a dang pocket screwdriver. So what I want you to see here is, these are little 6 millimeter. They're going to be very, very small. Not a lot of torque to them. They're a pretty fine bolt. What you don't want to do is you want to unload these evenly, because the caps will crack and they'll crack right along here if you don't unload those. Go ahead and get these. You get all these undone?
Yep.
Okay. Now let's lift it. Let's get it up off there, real nice and evenly. Okay. You got a speed handle now?
We found one.
Freaking A, dude. What do you mean you found one? This isn't. Oh, this is nice, dude. Now you got to learn how to do that.
Oh, let's
Got to learn how to do that, dude. You want to give it a shot?
see.
You got to be better than me though.
Ah,
That okay? There you go.
there we go.
Okay. Now you look like an engine pro, dude.
Future engine builder right here.
Okay, now are these marked? Because we want to put them back in the same spot. So guys, before you start undoing these, okay, and they're not marked in a way that I'd want. So let's do this. let's call that right head. So we're gonna mark this with an R right here.
Yep.
Okay. So take that, since I'm not familiar with this engine, don't put it ever where the gasket surface is. Put it right there and go whack. Now, now the builders are going to come to you and say, hey, which head is what? And you're going to go, this is where I marked it. Go ahead. There you go. R. Now, I want you to mark, we're going to put the caps back with it, but I want to get them marked. So this is the intake. So start marking this 1, 2, 3, 4, and give it yourself room because you're going to put an E next to it. Now you wouldn't have to do an I next to this because you'd know if you just mark the ones, the other ones are intake. Do you follow me?
Yeah.
So it's as I'm thinking here, I'm going, I've only got to mark 3 with the E where I'd have to mark. So that's why I'm doing that.
Okay.
A little time spent here will save you a headache and a possible putting an engine together wrong and damaging the caps. Yeah, see E1, E2, E3. Whoa. Is that 1? Oh, you're doing
That's
2.
1.
Gotcha.
That's it, yeah.
Okay, sorry. You're on it, dude. Okay, go ahead and pull your bolts out of them and get the caps out of there. Because now we know exactly where they'll go. And when you pull them off, you want to inspect them to make sure there's no scoring in them. If the motor runs out of oil, it's usually going to show some signs up here because you'll see scoring up here where it ran low on oil or something like that, and I don't see any of that. Screwdriver, where's that at? Seeing the chain guides, they all look pretty dang good. They're not all wore out. Okay, so I'm looking for like a valve spring that would be stuck down or something like that, and I don't have it on this side. So let's go ahead and let's pull the cams out of that side. Go ahead and get them marked while they're solid down. Do the same type of marking. So you're gonna mark this head as your left head.
Mm-hmm.
Mark it in the same spot.
Okay.
Got them all?
All marked.
Okay, undo them, same way we did the other ones. Let's get that CP4. Just spin that, let's get that off there. I don't know whether that's gonna come off there the way I need that to come off there, but go ahead and give it a whirl. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Might have to get a pulley to pull that off. That cam will come out of there. I ain't worried about CP now.
Well, I got these 2 bolts right there.
Oh, well, damn it.
So we could take this one
Yeah,
off.
let's just pull that off. Not that one, the 4, these.
Oh, those 3?
Yeah. Or maybe you might try it. Go ahead and try it. I don't know, dude. I never pulled this motor down. I'm as clueless as the next guy.
Look at the wrist, right?
Come on, dude. Once you get it, you got it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bobby makes it look easy.
It's like learning how to dance, dude. Once you get it in the hips, you got it. You got these all marked right?
Yep.
Yep, good job. You ready to pull that head off?
I am indeed.
Well, let's see here. What in the heck, man? There's something.
Probably on this
I
side.
don't know. Yeah, it's definitely not on this side. That cylinder wall is wiped out. Yeah, this camshaft, the journeys look great on this thing too. I'm gonna pull cam gear off the front of this dang thing. Here, this is not allowing me to go forward with it. Hold that up there like that. Will you piece of junk? Well, apparently we're not taking the puzzle apart correctly. Let's just undo these three.
Those three?
Yeah. That center one's gonna be too much of a pain in the butt. Boy, this valve looks like it's been burning up. That's the cylinder that got hot on this side. Okay, zip those out.
Oh my god, gasket.
Yeah, just yank it. Oh, okay, well, now we know what the problem is. Jeez. Oh, we got a catastrophic failure in the left rear bank. Oh my gosh, man, look at the shrapnel in here. Well, I'll bet the engine turns over now. Anybody want to guess why that happened? Let me see the cylinder head. That looks like a valve. Something came apart. Or maybe the piston melted because of a fuel issue. Next thing I want to do is pull that CP4. The valves are all intact. They're all in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had this is a fuel injector. I'll bet you. In fact, let's just do it real quick. Let's zip off these pistons off this CP4. This is when you want to call the customer up and tell him, hey, you not only need an engine, but you got a contaminated fuel system. These are hard cores to find, so we'll probably be able to fix this. And what I'll do is I'll put a liner in here, a sleeve, liner sleeve. Which basically I'll hog out the hole and I'll drop a new cylinder wall in the whole cylinder because I'm sure the wall is just totally annihilated. Look at you go, dude.
Quick and easy, right?
I like working next to you, dude. You go. No, I mean on first eyeballing this thing, it don't look like it normally does when they're just totally full of. And down in the diesel fuel, it looks pretty clean down in there. What I can smell of it, it still smells okay, but I'm telling you, that's an injector. That guy got hot, man. I mean, it just melted that whole piston. I guess let's roll it over, knock that piston out of there, and then we'll check the crank. I think his core is going to be okay. Okay. I mean, to look at it, I don't have any sludge in the bottom end. The journals look good. You know, it looks to me like it was maintained properly. Oil changes. You know, I don't have any scoring from lack of improper lubrication or anything like that. Let me take a look at the rod bearing. I mean, seriously, guys, you would hope with 100,000 plus miles on your motor that your rod bearings look that good. Your journal looks good. Here, we ready to knock that out?
Yeah.
Is it moving?
A little bit.
Doesn't feel like it.
It's slowly coming.
Here, I'll let you wag it. My shoulders. I hate to be a wimp, dude, but I don't want to bang my shoulder. It's coming.
There.
Whoa. That is not impaction, folks. That is pure heat. It has just melted that piston. Okay, let's go ahead and roll it over. I just want to, before we spend all time tearing this block down, I want to look at that cylinder wall to make sure that I can put a sleeve in it. And see, this one got hot too. That piston's, okay, let's kind of clean that gook out of there. Yeah, it melted the piston right up onto the cylinder wall. You know, and in fact, I'll measure that, but you might not even need to, well, yeah, look at this. It's punched a hole right, look at that. It's cracked the cylinder wall. That's a big crack. It's a big divot. Guys, when you see something like that, you don't want to reuse the rod. You want to replace the rod. I'm sure it got bent. I'll still have to sleeve the motor. What do I mean by a sleeve? It's basically an iron cylinder you'll bore it. Now this isn't the right size. It's actually probably pretty damn close, to be honest with you. It's a little big. You can buy these in different sizes. Well, what you'd do is you'd bore this out, completely take all that metal out of there, and then you'd install this liner, this sleeve in that, and then rehone the inside, and you'd never know the difference. So that's how you can fix a hole like that. We'd only do that on a cylinder. Take that back. We'd only do that on a cylinder, or I'm sorry, on a block that was hard to locate, hard to find. So I'll call the customer, give him the bad news. I don't think he was expecting good news. He must have known the engine was seized. I'll tell him that we're able to fix it, and we'll find out if he's gonna let us fix it. If he does, there'll be a part 2 to this. So I guess it takes 2 of my most expensive machine shop guys to unload toys, because that's why they're out here. They're unloading our new toy. This is my engine dyno from my, we have a chassis dyno. We've had one for years, but we're trying to develop some products and things like that, and it's a little difficult with a chassis dyno because you got to put it in a vehicle, make it run, and then if you want to do any change, you got to pull the dang engine out. So it's a nightmare. This is Bobby's new toy. Bobby is moving up from head engine builder to engine development director. He's training Mikkel to replace him as an engine builder. Not that he won't build engines anymore, but Mikkel's been with us for years and he's so good. He got that position. We announced that in a meeting about, I don't know, maybe 3-4 weeks ago. And we started the room for this. I'll show you here in a minute. This is a water brake dyno, which means it basically uses water to brake the engine, to add resistance to the engine running, kind of like a torque converter. And you dump that water back in here, and we're going to pump it. We've already excavated here, and we're having a big tank, and I'm talking a big tank because I want 12,000 gallons of water. I want to be able to run my motors for more than a couple of pulls before my water heats up. I want to be able to do long extended pulls because I'm about durability, quality and durability. When I'm building diesels here, I'm not building LSs that are, people are just going to ramp up real quick or something. Diesels are under heavy loads for a long time, and in order to test that engine, I need a big water source. So you'll see the water tank. It's phenomenally big. Okay, so let's go over the parts here. This is the water brake. So the engine basically will hook up to this flange here. There's different plates and adapters that we have. Hook up to that flange there. It turns up, we'll call it a torque converter in there. It's basically a big torque converter. And water runs through in and out these 2 water lines here. These are valves. It's pumping a lot of water. This is the cooling tower. You also use this water source as a radiator. So you'll cool the inside of the engine with that. And then this is one of the carts. I think we got,
there's 2 of them.
I think we got another cart. You'll mount the engine onto this. Of course, it's on these nice wheels, and then it'll roll up against this flange. You'll see it when it's all done. These are the 2 water pumps in here. One's the bigger pump is the feed pump. The smaller pump is the return pump. And we got another. Oh, this is one of the engine plates. A couple engine plates right here. Guys, you'd think for 150 grand you'd get more. So Bobby's excited. He's been going to courses, and we've sent him to some private, some things to help him get up to speed on what he's going to need to be able to run this room correctly. And of course, he can build a motor better than anybody else. So I'm excited to have him helping me develop these products, putting them in the engines, and then testing them. And we'll be showing you the results. It's going to be pretty exciting for us. So thanks for your support. And here we go.